Hi everyone, it's Angie, coming on to do day 26 of my 31 days of Christmas journal makes. We are going to be working with some small circles today. I've got a really cute project that I think you guys will really enjoy. And all it is I have here, it's a 5/8 inch hole punch, circle punch, I'm sorry. And that's really all it is, just working with some circles. And you'd want to choose to get just a variety of papers. The more patterns, the better. I think it'll come out better. And I would imagine you could probably use a smaller circle punch if you wanted to, but your project would have to you'd have to organize your size of your project, okay? And what we're going to be making with these circles is a Christmas wreath with the journal spot, okay? It's real easy, just a little time consuming, so let's get started. I made one off camera, and I'm going to show you that at the end so you can kind of get a look at the difference between the two that we make and get a feel for it. And there may be an easier way to do this. There may be a different way that you might find easier for you. But this is a project that I came up with and the way that I came up with it, okay? You can just sketch yourself a circle, the size that you want your wreath to be, depending on the size of your journal page, okay? I just used this here, and I just did a real light circle around, okay? You're not going to see that, but you just kind of need something for a guide for where something for your eye to follow, basically, okay? And then you just start laying down your circles. You want to get yourself a good wet glue, and I've just got a whole bunch of different pattern papers from scraps, and I just cut out a whole bunch of circles. I don't know how many, 50, 60, I don't know how many I got here, okay? Because I didn't know how many we would need. I didn't think you guys needed to see me punch circles. And I am just gonna mix them up, and we're gonna start laying them down. Now the way I did this, and I think the more layers the better. I would suggest at least 3, maybe 4 layers, but that's totally up to you. I just started with a little dot of glue at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, okay? And just start laying your pieces down, okay? Give them a press. Oh, 2 of them there. And start laying them down, okay? Then from there I went in between those, about the halfway mark, and put 4 more circles down there. Make sure I only have one that kind of want to stick together on me. And it doesn't have to be exact now, okay? Don't think that the positioning has to be perfect. No Christmas wreath is perfect. Okay, so now we've kind of got the guideline for our circle, the way we want our wreath to lay. Okay, now in between those ones, I did 2 more dots in between each, but I offset those, okay? Like I said, a wreath isn't perfect, okay? You have little branches and little pieces kind of sticking out and fluffing it out and to make the wreath look full. So that's kind of what we want to go for, the look we want to go for with our paper circles as well. So in between each of these circles, I kind of staggered my glue dots. So I went one up, one lower, above my line, okay? Maybe one up, one down, one up, one down, and kind of went like so. Because as we start building our wreath, we want overlap. Our circles are going to start overlapping, and we want to fill in all these gaps, okay? So we are just taking them and laying them down. Now with this project, if you want, you can ink up your edges. I am just using the patterns to make my project, okay? We don't always have to use ink if we don't want to, but that's definitely a choice for you, okay? And I've got 3 reds there. Let me grab a different color. And like I said, you know, and just like that right there, if you see that you have too many similar patterns side by side, just grab some more. And like I said, I've mixed them up, and I'm just grabbing and laying them down. But if you want to be more precise and coordinate your patterns a little bit better. But as we start building our layers, believe me, they're gonna start forming a nice wreath for us, okay? So like I said, I'm just putting a dab of glue. Once I get the building and the layers the way I want them, then I will come back at the end and I will make sure everything is secured down really well. Okay, so there we've got our guide. So now where there's gaps like here, I'm gonna offset the next layer. Okay, and on this one I'm just gonna actually put it on the circle itself. There's too much red there, so let's start here. We'll start there and go around. Okay, now I'll start being a little bit more precise with my positioning once I get that first row down. Okay, then I'll put one maybe there. Okay, and you don't have to necessarily go around in a circle, just wherever you see there's a gap that needs one. Okay, so just start grabbing one at a time on the second layer and be more precise. Okay, let's put one right there. Okay, what do I got here? I've got a plaid one. And, you know, being more conscious of our patterns at this point as we start getting into layer 2 and layer 3. Okay. Let's put one right there. I think I'm running out of glue here. Got a lot of this red one, don't I? Okay, let's bring some of this green in here. And I can see I'm getting more full on this side, and it's a little bit more sparse on this side. So let's go back up here and bring in some more pieces up here. Okay. So how is everyone today? Hope everybody's well. Getting their craft time in, working on some fun, exciting projects. Yeah, I started, like I said, I'll show you the one I made off camera at the end here, and I really like the way it came out. So I thought, oh, let me try one with pattern paper, with Christmas pattern paper, to get a different look, different feel. And I didn't think we'd have enough time to get two done on camera together, but I want to give you the difference, let you see the difference in looks between the two, and then you can kind of decide and see which one you like better, and it may spark you to, you know, try change it up a little bit and do something else. Now, with these wreaths, I kept them very simple, no decorating or anything, but or not much, very limited decorating, I guess I should say. But that's totally up to you. If you wanted to, you can put little small pieces of bling if you wanted to, or use some papers that shimmer a little bit more to bring that little balance. You know, I do have some gold foiling on some of these, like you can see on that one, and some of these. So I think it kind of balances itself out. It does bring in some glimmer, so to speak, to my wreath, but it just totally is up to you. You know, what look you're going for. Okay. Let me look at this a little bit. See, so it's starting to fill out. A little lopsided, but we can pull those. So I'm going to bring one in here to try to round that out just a little bit. Stick one right there. And Okay, so now we're into the third layer. So again, be more precise. Look at your circle, look at your wreath, fill in those gaps that need it, and get the shape and everything more precise the way you want it. Okay, the more overlaying, the better. Okay, let me just take a look at that. Not bad. It's a little bit lopsided right there, but we can work with that. So, and as you can see, we can't even see that little pencil circle that we put down. You know, we've completely covered that. I'm gonna try and work on my shape a little bit. Let's bring a little bit more roundness over here to this right side here, if we can. Fill that out just a bit. We may have to try to balance it with a little something over here, but that's not a problem. But just keep going until you get the desired layering and look that you want. And as you could see, the piece of paper I chose, I used a piece of book page, just a blank piece, off of one of the end of like of a chapter. And I use those a lot for journaling spots and tags and stuff for the backside, for where we, you know, for the writing part, the back sides of them. Okay, I like that. Now I just want to give everything a good press, make sure everything's not going to move on me before I move my paper. Yes, there we go. There's our wreath, guys. That's basically it. Now I'm going to give everything a little press. Now what we want to do, see, and I did a whole bunch of circles here, way more than I need. Next step is we're going to take our scissors and we're going to do a light rough cut all the way around our wreath. Okay, and the reason why I said don't worry about sticking them down completely, because what I want is I kind of want to have them a little bit not secured on the outer end, because that's where I'm going to go around and do my rough cut. And I want to kind of actually slide my scissors under it a little bit, see, like that, and kind of get a cut going underneath the outer circle portion. Okay, just like that. There we go. So then we won't see our cut that we're making. If I'm explaining that well enough. Okay. So we're going to kind of go underneath the circles a little bit on the outer sides. There we go. See? Just like that. So then you can't even see the paper. Then after we get this cut out all the way around, then we'll go back and touch up with our glue spot. Some little dots of glue here and there where it's needed, and make sure everything is secured down really, really well. Make sure nothing's going to move, nothing's going to come up. Cut that off. Okay. And then after that, all we need to really do is decide a couple things. Do we want to bring any inking to the outer edge maybe? Since we've got all this color, might want to bring in a little bit of ink to the outer edge of our wreath. And then we just need to figure out what focal piece we want to use on our wreath. Do we want to use maybe a couple little Christmas bells? Do we want to bring in some ribbon? Do we want to, you know, what we want to use as I'm going to call it topper, I guess you would say, for our wreath. Okay. And then the middle part, right here, the middle portion, that will become our journaling spot. This will be the focal piece on our journal page. You will position it right in the center of your journal page, and it'll bring some prettiness along with pretty decoration and you haven't wasted a whole page because you've got your journaling spot right there. Okay, now you can give it the vintage feel, vintage look, and ink around it with some brown, some vintage photo, or you can bring in a little color, totally up to you. I'm going to use some pine needle green, and as you can see on the other one, I still have ink on my fingertips. Okay, so I'm going to just bring in some green to the outer edges, and trying to think as I'm inking here what I want to top it with. I think I will use a ribbon, probably a red. I guess bring in some red ribbon, make a bow. Okay, and just touch up any spots where we missed with the paper. Okay, very nice, very nice. Now you can leave that as is, or you could bring a little shading with your ink in into the center as well. Totally up to you. I'm not real good at that, but I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can bring in a piece of scrap paper, and I'm not even gonna put any more ink on my sponge. I'm just gonna try and bring in just a little color real lightly to the inside of my journaling spot. Not too much. And maybe a little shading, just a tad, like so. Okay, now if you want to hit the tips of some of the top pieces, just kind of run your sponge around, bring in a little ink here and there. And voila, we've got ourselves a pretty wreath with the journaling spot, guys. Excuse me. Look at that, isn't that cute? Now, excuse me, let me grab some ribbon. Oh, I've got some right here, let's see. Oh, I've got some trim. Oh, how about this one? Oh, that's not long enough. Wonder. Maybe I can get a small bow out of that. Let's see. I don't know. Might have to find something else. So I'll go ahead and try and make this one. It's hard when you're dealing with a small piece. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll make one with a solid red and see which one looks best. That's cute though. That worked out well. I like the little ruffled edges, tails there. That's real cute. Look at that. How cute is that? Let me grab another piece. Excuse me for a quick second, guys. Nope. Sorry about that, guys. I had to find some sparkly red ribbon. Okay, let's cut a piece of this. See how that looks. Probably be better, huh? Okay, and just work with your ribbon. Get your bow the way you want it. I'm sure you guys are better at shaping your bows than I am. You know, it definitely is a talent. Yeah, I think that's better. And cut our tails down. Okay, now kind of look and see where I got the lopsided part here. I think right here, and just hide that with your bow. Okay, and put the bow right there. That, bring in some more glue. I may need a little hot glue on this because this is that, it's got that glitter, or, and it's got wire in it. I don't know if this wet glue is going to hold the bow, but I'll put a lot. Hopefully it'll hold it down. We'll see. Now, there is our pretty, pretty, pretty wreath. And let me grab my journal. Find a blank page. And I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm just going to show you how adorable that is going to be. Look at that. How cute. And you can even put it on this. Look, oh, that looks even better. Look at that. Bow is bothering me. Now, if you wanted to, you can bring a little stamp, your ink stamps, and maybe put a little phrase that says "Merry Christmas, 'tis the season." Let's see what I've got here. Got some stamps out that I was working on for tomorrow's video. We can grab one of these, and this stamp just says "Merry Christmas." Okay. Maybe put a little. Look at that. How cute. You like that, guys? Paper wreath with circles with the journal spot. Okay, now let me move this over. I'm going to bring in the one I did off camera. Okay, it's the one we just did together. And then here's the one, I didn't glue this down. That I did off camera using book page. Same concept, same size. And then this one with the book page, since it's just all a neutral color, I inked most of them with vintage photo, and then on the top pieces as I was layering, I did some in green. And then I just topped that one with a piece of, with a little embellishment, Christmas embellishment of, is that holly? For the topper. Look at that, guys. And that would look just as cute on a page, just like that. So there's that one, and there's that one. And either would look just as lovely on that page, actually. Look at that. Okay, there's that one. And then there's that one. Okay, guys, that was fun. I really enjoyed making those. Some paper wreaths with circles with the journaling spot, and then there's your journaling spot right in the middle. Very, very cute. And you just glue that directly down onto your journal page. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. It was so fun. See, it's not sticking too well. I'm gonna have to come back and use a little bit of hot glue, I think, on that one, just because of the type of ribbon that it is. It's not sticking too well. Or could just be I'm still not just giving it enough time. But okay, so that's our project for today, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.